Opener?
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your meds, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze.
Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina.
What up, Georgie?
What up? What up? Yo, that intro, man. I didn't realize how. For the first time, I realized, yo, that's a nice lengthy intro.
Yes.
With a lot of.
Yes. Hearty.
Like you ready to fight?
It's got meat and potatoes. It's for the Vikings.
It's for the
Vikings.
Man.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
So what's up, brother? How you doing?
Photography. I hope I spelled it right. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another show.
Yes.
Catch the Craze.
Yes. This is episode 206.
206.
Yes.
Mr. Davy Kernia on the show today.
Yes. Davy, toys and photography.
Dude, his photography is off the hook.
Yes. Hopefully I spelled it right.
His images are images are off the hook. Off the hook.
Yeah, you know how I am with spelling.
October 9th, everybody. October 9th, Friday, all day.
Is it?
And it's October 9th. And this is
Yes, it
episode
is.
206. Episode 206 with Davy Toy Photography.
Fantastic. He's a fantastic photographer.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible. If you don't know, you'll find out today when we speak to him live. A couple of announcements. Sam, you want to take care of those?
Jace, you talking about Hayat starter?
Hiya!
So you want to be starting something. You got to be starting something. So how to get over. So we're talking about our KickStarter. We're in the middle of our campaign. We need you support. Yes, we're in the middle of our campaign for Catch the Crazies. So, yes. So I started it. Continue, George. Continue.
Yeah, no, KickStarter. Check us out. Catch the Crazies. It is our story in picture format, drawn by very talented artists. The images are amazing.
Yes.
You guys have to check that out. The KickStarter started back on the 26th of September and it's running through the October 26th. So we're doing a full month. We need your support, guys. Go to KickStarter.
Yes.
Hit, search Catch the Crazies, and that's Crazy. CRAZEES. Find us there. I have a link to the KickStarter on my website, medinawip.com, medinawip.com.
So
you can go there. You can go there that way, and then the link is also on our social medias at Catch the Craze on Instagram and on Medina Whip on Instagram. So support.
And the link will be on the YouTube channel. It's going to be everywhere.
Everywhere. We are going to be everywhere. We are booking shows to be on to talk about it. So look for us on different other people's podcasts. We're going to be bombarding other people's podcasts. So get ready for that. And exciting times, man. Exciting times.
I'm so excited about this. I think when we got to the point where we knew we were going to hit the 200 episode mark and we were going to anniversary our 1 year comeback, although we started back in 2005, but we've been back for a year. It was the right time to take it to that next level, and we wanted to do something that hasn't been done our way, and tell our story with a little fantasy twist to it.
That's right.
And so, which is why Catch the Crazies is gonna be so much fun to read. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of slapstick. There's a lot of drama. There's beef between podcasters. There's a whole lot of stuff that I'm not going to give it away, but we need your support to make this a reality, right?
Yes.
To pay for the artists, to pay for the printing, all that stuff, because right now everything goes on running the show. So there's no more cheddar to make the grilled cheese sandwich. So we need you so we can make some more grilled cheese sandwiches. I just won't make a sandwich. Remember Martin, bro, man, when he used to come into the kitchen? What are you doing in my kitchen?
From the fifth floor.
From the fifth floor. He says, bro, man, what you doing? Chilling.
Oh man, that show was great.
That was awesome.
Was good, bro.
Yes.
Was good.
In fact, what is it? I the whole time there's the Kickstarter logo. We're talking about it. It's not even there. Yeah, Herb. I told you need to move quicker. Jeez, man, Herb.
To get fired again.
Yes, Herb.
Jeez, man.
So,
Jeez.
but yeah, so we're excited about the Kickstarter. Help support us, and let's make this a reality. And we can't do it without you.
That's right.
Yes.
Be crazy enough to support us.
Yes.
Just be crazy enough.
Yes.
But yeah, that's our spiel on the Kickstarter. That's our announcement on that. And we're going to be talking about it in the months to come. You'll be hearing us talking about it more and more. Hopefully, we're able to give you a little more, just little sneak peeks maybe into some of the stuff that we've got going on. Maybe. But if you want to do that, if you really want to see some of the sneak peeks, then go to our Patreon.
There you go.
Be putting stuff on there.
And there's extreme crazy right now saying become a member, support our Patreon. She's on the screen right now. Don't let the little one down.
That's right.
So yeah, there's many levels to our Patreon. Become a club member and determine which level of crazy you are. And there's a lot of cool things and exciting things that are only available to members of our crazy club on our Patreon. So again, we understand and appreciate your support. We thank you for following us. We thank you for giving us a platform to highlight and showcase a lot of indies. And we're also indies as well. So we appreciate your support. So thank you so much.
That's right. And we are indies who have made a few mistakes in the industry, which we give back to the new guys coming in and saying, don't do what we did. So that's why the segment that's coming up next, Get Your Meds, is on the show.
Get your meds. Hold on.
Get your meds.
Hold on. Oh, get your meds. My bad. We're still on the main. Excuse me.
It's time for your medicine.
So it's Get Your Meds, and it's about leaving your first impressions last. Please explain to me how I could be first and then last. I wanted to be first, not first to be last.
So you've always heard the expression, make a good first impression, right? Make a good first impression. Why do we want to make a good first impression? Because first impressions last. They last. They stay with people. If they see you and they like you, they're probably going to like you for the amount of time they know you, as long as you don't do some other stuff that may people not like you. But for the most part, if you approach, and we're talking about not just people, I'm talking about when you're at a show, right? Sam and I spoke about a few shows back, we spoke about branding. Okay, we spoke about making sure that your brand is something that's catchy, that stays with people. And this impression that people have when they're walking through a crowded convention hall, for example, and there are tons and tons of independent artists. We were talking about competition. There are tons of people there trying to make that money, trying to make that dollar. And you also want people to come to your table and show and see the stuff that you're working on. You have to make an impression.
Yep.
Right? Sam, you know about making impressions. You were at San Diego Comic.
You're going to remember me.
Right?
Yes.
You know? when we first came into the game, what was one of the things that we did? We were like, you know what? We need to be uniform. Let's look like we're on a team. So boom, we had baseball jerseys on, you know, with Crazy Comics on them, and it was a way of branding. You know, it was we were branding Crazy Comics, and so people saw that and they're like, oh, who are these guys? You know, we look like a team.
Yes,
let's go talk to that team. So first impressions are very important, and that's just one example. I mean, Sam, you have tons of examples and tons of reasons for why we need to do this. Give us a couple of what some of those examples.
Well, a lot of it stems from growing up in the family. So when I grew up, it was always about the table setting, right? Setting the table. And my mom was big on that. We always had dinner together, but we always had the placemats. We always had, the tablecloth, and everything was laid out ready for us. So I remember that, and I remember also Thanksgiving, how beautifully the settings looked like, and the place would look when my mom was done preparing to have family over for Thanksgiving. So that mindset stuck with me. So I always knew that there are several ways to make a lasting impression, right? And there's verbally, and there's visually, right? And there's also emotionally. So visually is what we're talking about. So when you're in an environment like San Diego Comic-Con, and you're in Small Press Arena or Artist Alley, you need to make certain that what you do has a lasting impression, that what you do reminds people or influences their mindset to be able to make a decision in the moment and say, I want to check that out. There's something about that, right? And so when we were doing cons, it was really important that, and we did a show when we were talking about the comic books and how everything was in color, and we worked on our presentation, but visually the banner. So I wanted the banner 10 feet high so you can see it from across the way. I didn't want it just a skinny banner. So I remember one of our first few banners were like 8 feet by 10 feet. Remember? They were huge. And
I remember carrying that stuff around everywhere we went. I remember that. Yeah,
so
of course.
There. And then the tablecloth. It couldn't just be a tablecloth. We had to have a branded tablecloth. And we went as far as doing shopping bags. Branded shopping bags. So when they came, no one's expecting to go and buy a book from a small press guy who does not have a booth but has a table, and getting a shopping bag with their purchase of their books, right? So that was sealing the deal. In the bag, they would have
A postcard
with our branded content on it, reminding them to go to the website, reminding them of the books that we carry. They also got a button in there with designated in my toilet that they can put on. So we did a multi-pronged approach to make sure we got them to the table. Then we had to do the verbal selling and get them to interested enough to buy the book. But then when they left the table, they left with a reminder. So now, if I am a consumer at San Diego Comic-Con and I get back to my hotel and I just spent a couple of $100 and I got all my stuff and I'm looking at it, what's going to make me remember is that, oh, I got a bag from these guys. Oh, let me check out that book. It's like, oh, the Crazy Comics. Oh, let me look at what that is. And so for me, it's extremely critical when you're in an arena full of bloodthirsty warriors, right? That you go in there and you make a statement. You can't be a guppy. You can't just bank on the fact that, hey, I did hard work and my book's going to sell. No, it doesn't. Not in that arena.
Right. And now I'll say this about that. Remember how we talked about we do this segment to tell people about the pitfalls and some of the mistakes that we made, right? What we did back then was great for branding, and it was great for letting the people know that where we were all the time. I think what happened was there is such a thing as biting off more than you can chew.
Yep.
Or, or spending way too much over your budget. So with what you said, and that is exactly right, you should stand out within your means. Don't go broke trying to stand out, because then you won't be at the next show.
Yes.
So
no grilled cheese sandwiches.
Where Sam is exactly right. You have to go in there with that warrior mentality that I'm going to promote the crap out of my book. I'm going to have all of the tools. I'm going to have all the weapons in my arsenal, so that when you come to the table, you know who I am, and when you leave, you'll remember me, right?
Yes.
But you want to do all of that within your means. Don't spend $10,000 on all of this stuff and go broke.
Yeah, because we would fly to San Diego, but we'd hitchhike back.
Yeah.
He was like, going my way.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have pretty legs, so we weren't getting free rides.
I don't know. I think your legs are pretty to me. I don't know.
Thank you. But yeah, so you
they don't call him the dreamer for nothing.
Dude. Okay, I'm not even gonna say, but there's a line in the comic that we're working
on.
Oh
yes, you can't say it.
That is hysterical. Anyway. So yes, so when you're doing these shows, okay, and as you go along and as you do these shows more and more, you start learning little tricks of the trade, right? Like you start learning to work within your means. Right. Now, for example, in today's world, it's probably even easier to do it. Like we were having a conversation the other day, Sam and I, about stickers for our Kickstarter, right? We were talking about this verbally. We're just speaking. Next thing you know, we're getting bombarded with advertisements on our smartphones for boxes, stickers, and all of that stuff. Yes. So those things are out there. You can print these things at a reasonable cost because everybody's trying to make a little bit of money. Yes. Take advantage of those offers.
Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah. Two pocket.
Yes.
So definitely take advantage of those things. Other ways that you can think of doing stuff within people's means, Sam. What do you think?
I think within your means, I say, all right, so you can't do a branded tablecloth. Do a tablecloth. Have a vibrant color tablecloth. Don't just have a black tablecloth to match everybody else, right? Try to stick out, right? And you can go to Walmart and get it for $25, right?
There you go.
That's one way. Another way is print the stuff at your house. There are ways that if, say, for instance, you want to have a poster board on an easel, but you don't want to pay to have the poster board. Well, you know what? You print out in Photoshop, you cut it into 4 squares and 4 sheets of 11 by 8.5 by 11. You print them out, then you just paste them together on a foam board, and there you go. So there's ways around it.
Absolutely.
The one thing I would say you have to say for is have a banner behind you. You have to have some sort of brand recognition behind you.
Invest in that.
If you can't invest in the table collateral, make sure the banner behind you represents you well. And before you put it out and go and print it, get some opinions on the effectiveness of the message you're trying to send on that banner before you go and spend that money. Yeah. Right? So show it to some friends and say, what do you think of this look? I'm going to get ready for a convention. This is the artwork I'm thinking about. This is the message I'm looking to send. And let's see if they got it.
Right. And to piggyback on that, also on those banners, and Sam was right in saying, make sure it's up in the air. Make sure it's high up in the air. You know how many times, sometimes you'll have family that's coming to see you, right? Or they want to come and support friends maybe that you know. And they're like, where are you? You want to be able to say, look down aisle 5 and look up in the air. There it is. Boom. Your banner. They can't miss it. They want to. So now they have a friend. They want to tell you, go see my boys there in aisle 15. You'll see their banner. It's Crazy Comics. Go check it out. It's My Spina Studios. Go check it out. It's Future Scope Comics. Go check it out. Whatever it is, they'll be able to see it. So definitely invest in that. You're absolutely right. It's almost like the reason why comic books have the title on the top of the book, because on the rack, the first thing you see is the title of the book. Yeah. So you want to have that visible. The other thing I will say is print in bulk. And when I say that is, if you're going to have cards that you're going to pass out, cards are great, man. Little cards, they're great because they're icebreakers. people, as they walking by your table, it's harder to yell, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? But when you say, hey, how you doing? And you're handing them something in their hand, it makes them stop. So they're like, oh, now some of them may avoid you and try not to touch it. And
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna say this to the people who go to conventions and not indie artists. Please don't throw those cards out in front of our face. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when you take it, don't just throw it on the floor. If you are gonna throw it out, go home and throw it out.
You throw it out. If you find that when you're walking in the parking lot, you get hit in the head with a slipper. I'm just saying.
So, like, because we spent hard-earned money on this.
RESPCT.
The least you could do is just take them with you, put them in that bag that they give you at the show anyway. Just throw it in there. And when you get home, if you don't want it, throw it out. But not just pick it up and then just throw it on the floor, pick it up and put it on the next table. It's that's some foul stuff. That's crazy. Yes. Exactly. But what I will say is, if you are going to print those things, independent artists, print in bulk. Yeah. Print thousands of those things because you're going to have them for the rest of the show. Now, if you're printing things that have dates on them, obviously you're not going to do that. Don't spend your money foolishly. But if it's something that's generic that you can have with you you can use for 2 or 3 shows, 5 shows down the road, right? Print them in bulk. Don't go cheap and say I'm only going to print 100 because then you're going to have to print that another 100 right for the next, because you never know how well you're going to be doing at these shows, right? Which kind of takes me to this, Sam. What we're talking about conventions as if they're happening, right? As if they're happening, yeah. And they may not.
Well, based on Dr. Fauci, he's saying there's going to be a vaccine by the end of the year. So he's saying 3 months. So that's January.
All right. So hopefully by next year, we'll be able to hit the road again. But if not, you can still make first impressions online. You can still, promote yourself and brand yourself online on these, on whether it's your website, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, whatever it is you're on, you can still do that.
Yes. Yeah, I think even if you look at sole example, we rebranded the entire show, and so you're seeing the logo right now on the show. So every time you see the show, you have the branding, whether it was the old one or the new one, and the same thing is consistent with our social media. It's consistent with everything we do, and it's just about the messaging. So your branding online isn't just a look, it's also your message when you're online, right? So our message is that we're big supporters of the indie community, and whether it's music, art, whatever, and everyone knows every Friday there's a new show without missing a beat. That's the reminder to people. They know that, I missed the last show. I can always get it back go on YouTube or iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify. But I also know that there's an upcoming show. I just saw a promo. We're consistent every week. There's a promo for the new show coming down. So I just saw the promo for the upcoming show. I like that guy. I picked up his book. I want to listen to that. Or I heard that indie rock band that's on that show. I want to listen. I want to go and hear them talk. I get to put a face to the music. It's the message that you send. You have to understand all facets of it. When you're online, it's visual, it's audio, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's credibility and consistency. Yeah. And you build that through consistency.
Yeah. And you got to remember, you're always making a first impression. Yes. There are people right now who might have never watched our show that they're watching it for the first time. Yes. So you're always making a first impression. So you can't think, well, I was really good at that last show that I did, so I don't really have to be all that good this time around. They know who I am. No, they don't. No. Because there's always somebody that has never met you at any of these conventions or anywhere, even watching this show. They've never seen us. We have to perform for them. I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is one of my favorite basketball players. And he always said that he always played hard every game because he knew that at every game, there was always that one kid or that one fan that had never seen him play. And that might be the first time they watch him. So he's got to go out there and perform for them. Not for the millions of people who have seen him before, but for that one person who never saw him live before. And that's why he did what he did. He performed the way he performed. And that's the way you kind of have to, when you're an entertainer, when you're doing the things that we're doing, putting out books, you have to look at it that way. There is somebody out there who's never seen you before, this is the first time they're going to meet you. This is the first time they're going to see your stuff. You always have to bring it. You have to make sure that it's there every single time. Yes. It gets tiring, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? We can't take off. Like, we do this every Friday, right, Sam? We are recording shows. We are recording shows months in advance to get to this place that we are right now. So this show was recorded months back.
It's prior proper planning prevents poor performance.
Exactly. We have no idea what's happening on October 9th. The Comic-Con may be happening.
Word.
I think it would be this weekend or the weekend after, but it would be happening, right? Or it may not be happening. We have no idea. We can't even talk about it.
They haven't made an announcement, and they were supposed to make an announcement in July, and they did not.
So, but with that being said, always be ready to make that first impression and make sure that it's a lasting impression, but that is also a positive lasting impression. Don't be that jerk who sat at the show, never once looked up while that person was looking at your book asking questions.
It's funny because we had guests on the show. We had guests on the show, and they were talking about how they met, and the writer was a fan of the artist's work, but he had his head down and he looked miserable. Right? But he still wanted his work, and he, it was like he looked like he was annoyed. Really He's annoyed by people being there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I remember those moments. I remember being at I remember Pittsburgh Comic-Con. It was George Perez's final event. He was retiring. George Perez. And so the line for George happened to go run directly in front of my table. And it was so frustrating because it's funny because there's something in the story like that, right? And it was so frustrating because I couldn't get anybody to look at my stuff because everyone who was online had about 10, 20, 30 books for George Perez to sign, and they were all just looking at George and they were just blocking the table. Yeah. And it was like, I think that whole event I sold one book because I could never get past that barricade. It was just, it was frustrating that the organizers did it that way. I did get drunk that night, that weekend. I was like, this is horrible. So I know the feeling when you feel defeated, like you worked up and all this stuff, and then something's beyond your control. Yeah. But we still tried. We tried to work the floor, walk around and try to bring people past the crowd. It was just rough. It was rough. Yeah, so you're going to have those days, but you still have to find the enthusiasm. You still have to find the energy, the motivation, and the drive. Because remember, this is your livelihood. You need to recoup what you've spent. You're not going to do that by looking down, looking miserable, not wanting to be there. So if you're going to spend your money and you're going to attend an event as a guest, pretend you want to be there, even if you don't. Sometimes you have to do it. It's like you have to do these things just to get more people to know about your stuff that would not necessarily know who you are because you're not distributed or whatever the case is. That's what grassroots is, Yeah.
And you got to turn it on, man. You got to turn it on. Even if it's not in your nature to be that way, either bring a hype man with you who will do that for you.
Yes.
Or become that person because unless your artwork is just jaw dropping, where like they look at it and they're like, yeah, how much is this? Unless you're that good, and if you're that good, more power to you. Do what you're doing. But if you're not, it's almost like you gotta work that your personality. You gotta let that be your personality. Help you push that book as well, because you know. And the other thing is, you never know who's coming to your table, right? It could be this person at your table could essentially be a producer at Netflix or something.
Yeah, that's how we met.
That's just happens to be looking for new work. Exactly.
That's how we met people in the industry. They came to the table and they bought the book and then they wanted to know more. And that's how it works. And sometimes be in the right place at the right time. But also you have to have the right packaging. Unfortunately, it is. It starts with the visuals, and then you lock them in with the heart and the story.
But your story too. Have your pitch ready.
Yeah. The elevator pitch. It's like I'm the master of that crap because I'm ready to rock. It's like, and that's the thing is you got to be ready at the drop of a dime to be able to just say, boom, lights on, I'm on stage, let's do this. And you have to believe in your product and you have to believe in yourself and just have fun with it. If you're not having fun, people are gonna notice. If your eyes not lit up and you're not excited, people are gonna notice. And it starts with you.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Yes.
For sure. So first impressions are very, very important in anything we're doing as far as in this industry. Whether you're taking meetings with executives or whatever it is you're doing, you always want to make a good first impression.
Yeah.
I just think that's across the board.
Yeah.
That you want to do that. But yeah, so that is Get Your Meds.
Get Your Medinas.
For today, Friday, 10/9.
Yes.
Our guest isn't in the room yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay. He's actually overseas. So it's
Indonesia, I believe.
So it's very early in the morning in Indonesia right now. So I don't blame the gentleman.
Who the hell is this? Page 5:46 in the morning. Crack a
But
donut.
you know how we do, Sam? We just ad-lib. We just keep it moving. We just
We
keep the show
freestyle.
rolling.
That's it.
We freestyling, baby.
He's in the waiting room.
Oh, look
at that.
You heard us.
So we're gonna go to coffee and then bring him in.
There is no better way to start the day than with a cup of joe and an episode of Catch the Craze.
I'm so crazy. You so crazy. Crazy. I'm so crazy. You so crazy. Crazy.
Hello there.
Hello, Sam.
How are you today?
Good. How about you?
Hey, good. Did you just wake up?
No.
Okay.
It's 6:30. 1 hour already.
Wow. Very early. Very early.
Yeah. How you doing, Davy? I'm George. How's everything?
It's good. Everything is good here.
Good.
So how are you?
Not bad. Pronounce your name for the audience because I don't want to mess up your name.
So my name is Davy. My full name is Davy Kurnia.
David Cunha. Awesome. Well, first and foremost, your work is beautiful.
Thank you.
My goodness. I mean, George and I were looking at it, and it's like, it makes me want to play with toys again. It's gorgeous.
Absolutely, baby. There's one shot that you did of Spider-Man and Venom, where Venom is coming through. Like that shot, the lighting on that shot, the way you laid it out, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. So, what I like to do is just let the audience know who you are, and where you grew up, and some of your influences before we get into what you currently do.
Okay, so I think I start quite serious in toy photography about almost 2 years.
2 years.
So actually, I'm not in on that action figure area. I'm collecting statue.
Statues,
I have a SM Studio statue, Sideshow statue, and then the latest is the one from Brazil, Iron Studio, the small one, the 110.
Yes.
And then someone here in Indonesia asked me to join one, and I took some picture for those statues, and then one of a friend here asked me to join a kind of a toy photography groups, and then from that day and then up to now, and start buying a lot of things like Mesco, and then figure art from Japan, Mafex from Japan, and then I think the latest is because I think Marvel Legends. I think I have those toys is the most now, because one of them is because there is a cheaper than others line, and then I think 1.5 years ago, somehow I get into the the Exclu magazine.
Yes.
And then I start from more as I think I'm going deeper and deeper in the toy photography up to now.
Wow. Wow. So, prior to going into photography for toys, what were you doing?
I'm just collecting statue. So, but I don't have any difficulties to take a picture of, to take a photo of a toys because basically I love photography, and then I do wildlife photography and macro, the small thing like insect and so on.
Wow.
So I don't have any difficulties when setting the camera and so on. So I think that is one of my benefit when I'm joining the toy photography. So I have a lot of wildlife photo, and then I think one of my photo was included in the photography monthly. I think 2016 or no 2006 on someone. So I don't have any difficulties to taking pictures. So but with toys means you need to pose the toy, right? You need to pose, and then you need to have some diorama or something. So that is new. But on the camera setting, I think I already get some skill on that one.
I got you. So we're talking with Davy Cornia of Davy Toys Photography. Davy, my question is the process. So I understand you know a lot about photography. You do wildlife photography and things of that nature. When you take an action figure, okay, the concept behind the photograph itself, how do you come up with that concept? Where does that come from? Is that something that the client asks you for, or is that something that you create yourself?
No, usually it's not on the client. So I send you some couple of photos that before, right, by email. So I don't endorse from someone else. So thanks God that I have a good job here. So toys photography is not my main hobby.
Right.
But what can I say? When I do toy photography, usually I read a lot of comics. Okay, so I read a lot of comics, and we can see a lot of idea in the comic books. So I just want to make that comic books becomes alive with those toys.
Gotcha.
Means I don't. If you see my Instagram, I don't have a lot of toys like everybody else. So usually I took some figure with a different pose, different diorama, and then different background. So that's what excite me. And the other one is I think the latest information that the latest things that I enjoy is we have a very new photo properties maker in Indonesia. Lot, somehow is a lot. I don't know in your countries, but here in Indonesia we have a lot. So I love to buy from them, which is newcomer in photo properties, and then I love to use those properties inside my photo, and then promote them. So it gives me kind of satisfaction if I can use those new photo properties inside my photo, and then make those newcomer become famous. Nowadays that's become my some of my goals in toy photography.
Gotcha.
So let's talk about your setups, because you use a lot of lighting elements and some effect elements. So walk me through the process, like the Iron Man coming through the hole in the wall. So talk about how you established that scene that you wanted to convey in your photo.
Okay. So basically, when I do toy photography, of course, if I want to take a picture of Iron Man come up from the wall, I will set up the Iron Man, and I will set up the main diorama, which is the wall, and the of course the garbage on the floor. So take that one first, and then afterwards, I will taking care of the light. I use a lot of light because basically, like this, Sam Joe. I'm working in the morning, so 7:30 is not early for me because I go to my factory at 5:30 every day.
Wow.
So 5:30 every day. So I'm only able to take my toy photography during night.
Right.
Very late night. So I have a spare room here, and then I will set up those Iron Man and the background, everything. So because usually during at night I have so many light. Also, if just to see the result. So I always use the monitor in my camera, and then I will see the result of those elements. So light, background, and lately I use a air humidifier for the smoke.
Oh, wow.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So one of the questions which is quite often pop up in my Instagram is if you see I give a lot of camera setting in my Instagram and also the video. So I use a very fast shutter speed when I take a smoke photo. Some of the people usually use very slow, but I use a very fast because I want to also capture the movement of the smoke.
Right.
So the smoke is not only to fill the background or to cover the background, but I want to see the smoke move surround the figure. So
Right.
that's why I use a very fast shutter speed.
I see
mostly.
No, I was gonna say I see a picture of Snake Eyes on your Instagram where he's holding a machine gun and he's got like sparks coming up from around him. How do you create that effect of the spark?
The spark is additional, so because I don't use everything is tangible, but because I take a photo always in my bedroom, so I will not use some fire inside my bedroom, of course. But that spark is only the only additional. So, but the other is right there in the room.
It looks amazing. It really does. It looks very real. This is very realistic.
Yeah,
you create a very realistic scene. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good.
Yeah. So
that Snake Eyes is quite special. You know, I have a lot of friends in US asked me to take a snake eye photo, but you know how hard it is in Indonesia to find those GI Joe's figures. So the other friends already has some troops for the Joes, but here in Indonesia we have only snake eyes, only the snake eyes.
not even.
I'm thinking.
Not even Storm Shadow.
No.
Wow.
You know we have the Storm Shadow, but it's 3.75 inch.
Okay.
So it's almost half of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm ordering the troops. You know the new troops, and the one that I used to buy from. He said, "Okay, I will get from you, and it will be arrive in." At the end of December. Shit.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
It's coming
So
from another
usually we
planet.
delay.
Wow.
Yeah, we delay about 2 months in Indonesia.
Wow.
But GI Joe is something because no, I think nobody buy it. Not a lot of people buy it.
Right.
But,
What's the most what's the more popular toy out there? Like, what's the thing that you can get your hands most on Indonesia?
In Indonesia, of course, the Japan's figures is a lot.
Gotcha.
Because we have a lot of traffic from here to Japan, and I go to Japan couple times myself for the business trip. So it's easy, and I think the latest one is Mexico. Mexico, it takes maybe 2 or 3 months, but
Really?
the other one is you know the hot toys, right? The
Hot toys?
1/6 figure. Yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fans here for hot toys. I have couple Ironmans, but not really toy photography for hot toys because it's big, and then you have need more space to take a picture.
All right. Wow. That's fascinating. So, when you did, what was it about wanting to photograph toys that was so appealing to you? Because you said you were doing nature, and then you transitioned into toys. So what was it? What was that moment like when you said, you know what, I want to start taking photos of this?
Okay. So actually, I read comic books long time ago, maybe 20 years. But at the time I don't have a lot of money, so I don't buy any figures. And then when I'm starting toys. But the reason I moved from nature photography to I said home photography,
right?
Because I don't have time for traveling outside. I mean, my job required me to work from 5:30 start, and then I go back at home about 9 p.m. because the distance between my home and my factory is about more than 70 kilometers.
Wow.
And it's not like US. We have a lot of traffic jam here, so it takes 1.5 hours to the office. So I mean the nature photography become less. The time is become less because I'm only able to take those during my holiday or vacation with family. So I said to myself, I have to keep my photography skill somehow. So and then I stopped taking my statue collection, and then from that one, someone introduced me. Hey, why don't you take action figures? It's kind of fun. And then I start taking action figures, and then start knowing. Oh, you can combine those with the diorama, and then I joined the group. We have I think I joined four groups in Indonesia, and then someone, okay, can you join us to this session photography, that session photography? So okay, start buying this, start buying that. But I think that's all. It's basically it's not the trigger is time, Sam, because I need to keep up my photography skill, but now I cannot go outside, so I have to do something in my house, like here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Davey, the backgrounds you use, are those you say you joined the group. Now, do you guys kind of like in that group, do you guys kind of like share some of these action figures and backgrounds, or is that something you have to buy yourself? How does that work?
I think the properties will belongs to you, except of course some will share, of course, but usually we have we call it hunting here, like just like a photography hunting.
Right.
So there is a meetup, and then we take a picture together, and then maybe if we bring our diorama at the day, maybe we exchange or something. But Yeah, of course, diorama we can exchange, action figure we can exchange, but mostly, I think mostly diorama they exchange. And the accessories for the action figure, I think the action figure will belongs to by each photography, but the accessories like in US, I think we buy some like headscarf. Let's say we don't satisfy with the headscarf, let's say from the Mexico, and then we buy another individual sculpture, and then we buy from them. Usually that headscarf will be here because it's very expensive here. But the action figure usually is it belongs to the photographer themselves.
So how would you, I'm looking at the Magneto Wolverine being levitated in the air with the chains. And so I'm trying to figure out how did you get that shot? So walk me through that process, because I don't see any cables or something holding him up.
No. If you see a one cable, if you see the video that I posted in the Instagram, there is one cable, only one cable on the top of the Wolverine. So the chain itself was made by my fans. Cat Toys. I was tag him in the posting.
Right.
So the chain was we call it articulated chain because there is a wire inside the chain. So I use only one black cable. I think in the middle of the stomach of the Wolverine, but I don't flash it with light. So it's become very dark. So and then you can adjust. Maybe I use mobile light rooms, so you can adjust the light. So it's become very very dark. So but I use cable. I mentioned in my posting that I'm not totally a tangible person yet. So if I must use the cable. For me, is whatever is the most efficient to take a picture, I will do that.
Yeah, it was beautifully done. And I was staring at it, and I was like, "Where's the cable? I can't see it."
So I'm quite amazed after I take a picture myself.
You have on a Spidey in like the rain, and then you have the video of how you did it. It is so cool to watch these things. The way you put them together, it's amazing the creativity, Davy. This is really really nice stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, and you can answer this if you want. I want to buy these toys looking at your photographs. Okay, you're making me want to buy some of these action figures. Are you getting paid for this work, or is this something that you're doing as a hobby?
I'm doing this for a hobby only.
Wow.
So there is some the latest. Let's say the latest photo was taken by one of the Instagram, one of the website to become a calendar 2021.
Wow.
But I don't get any paid for those at the moment. So
Really?
No. They give us for free.
Right.
But I'm quite happy.
Okay.
It's just for me. It's just a hobby. Thanks God that I make a good of living here, and I have a good pay. So I think that's enough for me. And then I just want to be part of this toy photography, and then I want to. If someone pay me, of course I'm become happier. But
of course.
But for me is there is some couple of because no one imagine that I'm coming from Indonesia. So some of my Indonesian toy photography also. Oh, you are Indonesians. So some of company in US they drop me some message in my Instagram say, hey, can you take a picture of this product and those products? So but I'm in Indonesia. So even though you give those toys for free for me, you will have to bear a lot of shipping costs.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I thought you are in US.
Oh man.
Because the delivery cost is very expensive, and those toys usually sold only in US base only at that time. Right. So, yeah. For now, I still happy with it. I'm still free, and I don't get paid any.
It's beautiful work, though. It's very, very beautiful work, Davy. And hopefully somebody does decide to pay for the shipping and pay for your work, because this is amazing work, man.
Sorry,
I'm throwing it out there. I'm throwing a good vibe out there, man. It's gonna happen for you. It's gonna happen for you.
So when you started your Instagram, how soon before you started seeing the attraction to your work by the followers?
I think. Wait. My Instagram in 2018. I think this year is going crazy.
Well, I just followed you, so you have another follower right there.
This year is going crazy. Is almost at 1,000 a month.
Wow.
Good for you. Good for
so
you.
It's no. So what? I think. So let's see. I'm not quite remember. I think I hit about 3,000 is this year February or what? Wait. I see. Wow. 4,000 is April.
Oh my God.
And then 4,000 is April. I don't know where is my 2,000. 3,000 is February.
Wow.
Then I think one or 1.5 month afterwards it's become kind of I think let's say this year it's become very, very quick.
Yeah.
1,001 in 1.5 months maybe.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah,
but,
are you doing anything to generate that number, or is it just happening on its own?
No, I don't. I never do giveaway because for me, as you know, I told you guys that I'm doing this for hobby. I don't get paid,
right.
So I don't want to spend any money to generate the follower. But I make a lot of friends. Friends, and then especially which is if you see my Instagram follower, if I see my Instagram follower, so my follower is more in the outside, not in Indonesia. Maybe that will generate more than my friends here in Indonesia. But
right.
I don't want to spend any money yet on this one, not even a giveaway. But of course, my friend said, "Hey, you have a big follower. Why don't you make a giveaway event?" So I'm planning to.
Good.
But, because I will buy the calendar that I was in for 2021, and then I'm plan to give them as a giveaway someday.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So now you have a unique logo. How did you conceptualize? What land on that look?
Okay, so I'm a designer, Sam. So I let's say my work. I work in automotive industry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm producing wheels. So you know the wheels.
Yes.
So I'm become the head of a couple of department. One of them is a styling design department.
Nice.
Photoshop, those kind of Photoshop, 3D Max, and Adobe Illustrator is one of those skills that I have to come up with.
Right.
So I have maybe about 7 engineers in those departments. So they work for me. So of course, almost every day I'm talk with them about the style. Because it's my work.
Right.
So I don't have any difficulties on the making the logo. Means it just pop up. Okay, I want to take this kind of logo. So we make it in the computer, and then I kind of use it. It's not a big deal for me.
No, you did a great job. I mean, it's subtle, but it makes a bold statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, somehow.
Davy does it all. He does everything, man. He's designing. He's making wheels. He's taking pictures of toys. I mean, it's incredible, man. That's awesome,
I made some magazine also for the company.
Oh, by the way, no, go ahead. No.
Oh man.
No, I was teasing. I was like, by the way, I also do this. Yes.
Yeah, but it's what can I say? We have I work for a quite big company, so I'm handling 5 factories.
Yeah.
And then we have you know that if with a kind of big company, you have to make your own annual report, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you design by yourself, you make those magazine by yourself, and then you just bring it to the printing company, and then just print out. So you have to have, somehow I have those skills to make magazine. So it's not a big deal for me. But I think, God bless me with those skills.
No, dude, very good skills. Very good skills. Holy cow.
There you go. So for everyone who's been watching, where can they reach you if they want to know more about you and your work?
At the moment, I only have toys photography Instagram. I don't. Yeah, means Sam. This one is Sam, and this is one just additional hobby for me.
Right.
So I don't want this toy photography also take all the time of my life.
Right.
So at the moment it's only Instagram. So I don't have any plan to make a YouTube, or I don't have plan to make any additional media social. I don't have any or Twitter or so on for the toy photography.
Right.
So I just make a separate Instagram between toys and my personal life. So only with Instagram only you can reach us.
Awesome. Awesome.
Gotcha. Good job, Davey. Very, very, very good work. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You're amazing, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me to your show. Your show is great.
Thank you
for a lot of things.
Thank you. Yes. And and you're an example of why we do the show, because there's so many talented, creative people around the world that are doing it on their own, and that's basically the premise of our show, is about being independent. And when I saw your work, I knew immediately that we had to have you on the show. So thank you for coming on.
My honor. My honor.
Davey, get some rest. Get some sleep out
there. Yes, get some sleep. Thanks again.
We just wake up.
He's ready to go. Let's get out there. Well, have a great Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. And hopefully we'll talk soon.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you.
And we'll be in contact, and I'll let you know when this goes live.
Yeah, okay. God bless you all.
You got it. You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Dude, that is so dope, man.
Yes, it was. What was this? Get this out of here, boom. No, I mean, his work is crazy, man. His work is phenomenal. Great spirit, great. Just like
I love the simplicity of the people who live in like all over the world. He's like, I'm not trying to make money out of this. I have a very good job. I'm thankful for that. I'm doing this just because I like to do it. And
immediately, I just got a thank you from him. He just got off, you know.
He's just amazing person.
Oh my God. I mean,
really
and when
nice
I
guy.
look at the,
Really
I
nice
mean,
guy.
it's like I can sit all day and just go through his Instagram because the photos are so spectacular.
Yo, if you're an action figure collector, bro, like you look at his photos and it's gonna make you want to buy that action figure.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a man with that talent should be getting paid for it. But that's our mentality, right? That's the mentality of, for him. It's like, I just love doing this. I just love doing it.
Yes.
You know, it's so nice, and to see that it's kind of weird.
It is
to see that attitude. Right?
But we talked about it because we also had several people on the show, and it's
Sarosaurus.
It's Sarosaurus, who does, you know, he takes pictures of dinosaurs and creates webcomics, and it's the normal Joe that loves what they do, and people are just attracted to it because they see heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They see the passion, the commitment, the heart. And that's why they've generated so many followers, is because of that raw, you know, unfiltered love for what they do. It's great. And every single one of them are just like, I can see myself at a bar just talking all night with these guys. You know what I mean? It's like every single one of them are so cool. And it's just phenomenal how, you know, it's funny, George, you know, in the U.S. we're going through all this crazy stuff and globally, but we're all just people wanting to have fun and live our life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I love the creatives because there are no lines in creativity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Davy loves taking pictures of the wildlife. He can't go outside. I'm inside. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take pictures of action figures, and I'm gonna make it look like they're in some kind of environment, and make it look as real as possible because I'm bored. Like, because that's what I want to do. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's refreshing. It really makes me happy to speak to people like that. It sounds corny.
Oh,
but
it does.
It really just makes me feel good. You know, the guy said it's 6:00 in the morning. I'm ready to go, man. I'm up.
Oh my God! When he told us 5:30 to 9:30, that's like a 16-hour day. I was like, oh, that's a long day. I was like, oh my goodness. You know, I'd have bags under my eyes, and then he goes and takes photographs, and I'm like, and then he's working at night. I said, does he ever sleep? You know, I was like, I'm cranky if I don't get more than 6 hours.
Awesome.
It's like,
awesome.
That's amazing.
He's incredible. It's an incredible, very, very good interview. Very nice guy. Follow him on Instagram, guys. Go to Toys and Photography on Instagram. Look for Davy, Davy, Kurnia, Kurnia.
Oh, I did spell it right. So it is Davy with a Y, not an EY.
Yeah. Give him a follow. He's got incredible. If you're an action figure buff, you're gonna love this page. You're gonna love this page.
Yeah.
Check it out. Give him a follow.
I mean, look. I've had the photos on a slideshow while we were talking, playing while we were interviewing, and it was just like each time I seen one, it's just like wow, you know. And like my room
next to him.
I'm surrounded by action figures.
I know.
Nothing, you know, I couldn't do what he does.
If I was sitting, like you said, if we were at a bar and I had my phone, I'd be like, how'd you do that?
Yes.
How'd you do that?
That's all I wanted to do. I was like, I'm looking for cables. I'm like, I don't see cables.
All night, dude. All night.
Yeah.
All night. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He used a humidifier. I was expecting him to say he was gonna did a cigarette to get the smoke effect. It was a humidifier.
Humidifier, brother. Humidifier.
That's
amazing.
That's creative.
That's amazing. Davey, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. We had a very good time talking to you. Much luck to everything you're doing, your company, where you work, and you do everything over there. You design logos, you're making wheels, you're printing out reports, you're doing all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Yes. Wow. Yes. And so, you know, this was episode 206? 206 on Cast the Craze, and we currently have our Kickstarter campaign. Just to remind you guys, We appreciate your support. If you help us make Catch the Crazies a reality, it's fun. It's a fun story, fun book, and this is the first issue of many. So check out our Instagram, and for those of you, we have our Patreon. So if you want to be a member of the Craze and determine what level of crazy you are, join our Patreon today. You see Extreme Crazy. She's on the screen. Isn't she a cutie? She's adorable, man. How can you say no to her? So there's so many different levels and so many different ways you can become a member of our Patreon. We need your support. We can't do this without you. I am Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
And I am George the Dreamer Medina. Subscribe to the show.
Subscribe to the show. We'll see you again. Hopefully we'll see you on Kickstarter. I'm out if I can find our...
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking?
Oh, he described me. He said, I'm the...
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze on Kiss the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.